Raleigh, North Carolina, number 2, Oliver Zone. And batting 8, the shortstop, the sophomore from Sarasota, Florida, number 15, Cooper Bearcat. And batting 9th, the third baseman, senior from Jensen Beach, Florida, number 3, Cade Cruz. On the mound today for your Bearcats is the junior from Ponte Vedra, Florida, number 27, Jake Larson. The Bearcats are assisted by Jack Thomas, Mike Mitchell, Alex Moore, with head coach Nick Pop. Fans, we now ask that you rise and remove your hats as we honor America with a playing of our national anthem.
Just enough to make it real funny. Whatever that. There's someone else that I for. Spirits taking in money, bro. Just to let you know the next song.
We welcome you in to Dolny Stadium on the campus of Lander University. Peach Belt Conference Baseball, the conference opener, coming your way here on the PBC Sports Network. Turner Kirby joining you behind home plate. Lander coming into this game at 6-1, coming off of a big win over Belmont Abbey in the midweek. Middle Georgia coming in at 3-5. Again, it's conference opener for both squads. Lander actually in search of their third straight regular season title. They won their first regular season championship since the 2014 season. Back in 2024, won outright and then won a share of the regular season title in 2025, and then followed that up by sweeping their way through the conference tournament en route to their first tournament title since 2014. Middle Georgia, they're the newcomers in the conference. First year as a PBC member. And these two squads will be facing off for the first time in their program's history.
Number 11, Jonas Clemental.
Jonas Pimentel will lead off for the Knights as Jake Larson on the mound for the blue and gold, making his third appearance of the season, second start. Got a 4.91 ERA and 7 1/3 innings of work. Opponents batting .267 against the against the lefty. He comes set at the letters, delivered the first pitch of the game, and we are underway. 5:02 first pitch is a strike. And Larson gets ahead in the count. Larson delivers again in their strike two call. Pimentel will be followed by Davis, Ashley, Abbott, Colliner, Aponte, Fernandez, Crosby, Cody, and Gill will be the starting pitcher for the Knights when they come out in the bottom of the first. That pitch a little bit outside, 1-2 to count for Larson facing Pimentel. Pimentel's 261 on the season, started now all 8 games for the Knights as that pitch high and away from the right-handed batter. 2-2. First base umpire calling time, telling the Middle Georgia coaching staff to get into the dugout. We've seen that a lot from umpiring crews in the non-conference, making sure that all the traveling party is in the dugout. That ball fouled off Will McClellan behind the plate. So Pimentel stays alive. 2-2 still to count. No outs. Just getting started here at Dolny Stadium. Lander and Middle Georgia, both teams PBC opener. That ball grounded. Great stop by Cruz at third. Throws over to Smalley at first to get the first out. Lander's defense has been outstanding so far this season, only committing 5 errors so far in their 7 games. And once again, just another flash of the leather by a Lander defender, and you've seen it several times so far this season. Larson delivers a strike. That ball, Davis flies it high. That's going to be caught by Ryan Hansen out in right field. We bring up Michael Ashley, the 3-hole hitter for the Knights. Larson delivers the first pitch, and Ashley skies that zone, looking into the sun a little bit, but he will camp underneath it and make the catch to retire the side. Larson goes 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. Zeros across the board for the Knights. Lander comes to bat for the first time in the bottom of the first. After this, you're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Hanson, McClellan, Smalley will lead off the game for the Bearcats. Ryan Hansen, the right fielder, Bang, 333 so far this season. 6 hits, 2 doubles, 7 runs driven in. Slugging percentage of .611. By far the second highest in this Lander lineup. He will be facing off against Ethan Gill, a junior lefty out of Panama City Beach, Florida, transferred from Shawnee Community College. So he comes set at the letters. Delivers second pitch. You have that. Hansen drives that down the right field line. That's going to go into the Lander bullpen for strike 2. Hansen makes the walk back. It's the bat from McClellan. Like I said, Lander coming off of a big win over number 17 Belmont Abbey on Tuesday night. Bearcats got out to a 4-0 lead and watched that slip away, then led 7-4 as Gill delivers low, gets past Colliner to catcher. Then Belmont Abbey stormed back again with a 4 spot in the 6th to take an 8-7 lead. But then the Bearcats played a 7 in the 7th and 2 in the 9th to take that game 16-8 on Tuesday here at Dolny Stadium. As Hansen squares that off the end of the bat, that's going to be right there in no man's land. It's going to drop. Fernandez had his glove out to try to catch it, but couldn't quite get it. It's going to go down as a single. So Hansen delivers the game's first hit to bring up Will McClellan, the Bearcat catcher. McClellan, a little slow start to the year. Only 2 hits so far and 15 at-bats, but he's scored 8 runs, and that's partially thanks to being walked 6 times and hit by a pitch 3 times. He's reached 9 times with free passes. And that ball low from McClellan makes the count 1-0. Ethan Gill coming into this game, an ERA of 8.53. His third appearance. He's 0-1 this young season. Opponents batting .296 against him. That ball gets away from Colliner, and then Hansen's going to scoot down the second. That's going to go down as a wild pitch, I believe. So Hansen now in scoring position. Just 2 batters into the game's second batter. Lander has scored first in all but two of their games so far this season. That ball away again from McClellan. He's up 3-0. Trying to draw his 7th walk of the season. If there's one thing this Lander lineup will do, they will take free 90s, whether it's walks or hit by pitches. That ball in there for a strike, 3-1 the count. That ball right in there, strike 2. Gill works the count full. Lander has been walked 41 times and hit by a pitch 32 times. That's something former head coach Jason Burke and now current head coach Nick Pop have preached over and over again as that ball grounded to Crosby at third. And Hansen takes third base on the throw over. Smart base running. Smart base running from the Bearcat right fielder as McClellan's retired for the first out of the game for the Bearcats. So I bring up Pip Smalley, Bearcat first baseman. First pitch in there for a strike. Smalley, redshirt junior from Sarasota, Florida, transfer from Houston University, who actually got their season started this morning down in Puerto Rico. Got the D1 college baseball season started. Games being played all day today. That ball gets away again from Collenter, and Hanson will scatter on home to score the first run of the game for Lander, giving them a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. So 1-1 count to Smalley. Hanson comes home on yet another wild pitch. That's a second of the inning for Gill, as Smalley flies that over toward the parking lot. Making that count 1-2 here with one out in the bottom of the first. Lander already up 1-0. Gill had 10 pitches already through 2 batters. He's got 4 already, so 14 pitches. This is 15th. And he will ring up Smalley. Great pitch there from Gill for the second out. Now bring up Zach Cowart. Gill's 9th strikeout of the season. Only had 1 wild pitch coming into this game. Like I said, he's already delivered 2 this inning. That pitch inside for a ball. Zach Cowart batting .400 so far this season. 8 hits and 20 at-bats. He looks low and away for ball 2. 6 runs driven in, 1 home run for Cowart. He's only struck out 4 times so far this season. That ball low again in the dirt. Cowart goes up 3-0. So pitch has got to be perfect here for the Lander second baseman. Transitioning over to that position with the departure of Taichi Nakao in the offseason, now playing at Cal University. That pitch in there for a strike. Played third base last year for the Bearcats. On that PBC championship team. Still ahead 3-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That ball grounded to Abbott at first. He will take it himself to retire the side. So 1 run across for the Bearcats on 1 hit. No errors, no runners left on base. As Lander takes a 1-0 lead to the second inning. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
First baseman, number 35, Tate Abbott.
Tate Abbott will lead off the inning for the Knights. Batting .346 this season. Larson delivers first pitch of the at-bat. Can't get the call right there on the outside corner. 1-0 to count. Knights coming in at 3-5 this season. Took a series with Union University to start off the season. As Abbott flies to center field. Zone there to make the play. Second straight out recorded by Zone in center field. Like I said, the Knights won a series with Union. Actually, Lost the first game of the season, but won second game and the third game. Third game, they won 21-20 at home against Union. Lost to Emmanuel in the midweek. That ball skied to right field. Hansen is there, and he will make the catch for his second putout of the game.
Right fielder, number 2, Justin Aponte.
So 2 quick outs for Lander. That's exactly what you want to see if you're head coach Nick Pop. Putting the ball in play early and getting out of the inning real quick. As Larson delivers a strike in there to Aponte. Comes in batting .233 so far this season. Swing and a miss from Justin Aponte, senior out of Howland, New Jersey. As he grounds to Coward at second base, he will throw over to Smalley to retire to side quickly. Larson makes quick work of Middle Georgia again at top of the second. No runs, no hits, or errors, no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Lander leading 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Left fielder, number 29, Brody Winter.
Brody Winter leads off the bottom of the second for the Bearcats. 5-hole hitter for the blue and gold. 125 on the season. 2 hits in 16 at-bats. 5 runs scored. And 6 RBI. So once again, despite some of the slow starts for this Lander lineup, they are not being productive with their at-bats. As Winter takes away for ball 1. That ball fouled off right onto the awning here at Dolny Stadium. Nice warm day is how it started off. Sun starting to trickle behind the stadium here in Greenwood. That ball, 1 hops. Colin there behind the plate. Make the count 2-1. Just across the way at Doug Spears Field. Lander softball down 3-1 to Emory and Henry in their first game of the Breach Road Kickoff Class. That ball grounded to the shortstop, Davis. You can't quite make the play at first base. That's going to be an infield hit for Brody Winter. Just sped down that first base line. So he stands on first base now for Riley Hood, the designated hitter for Lander today. Lander gets his lead off first. Gill looks over and then throws over. He's been picking over a lot with Lander runners on base. It doesn't matter what the base is. They will throw over to try to pick someone off. Winner takes a couple steps off again. Gill looks over a couple times. Now delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. Just a bit inside for ball one. So Gill delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one finds the zone. Strike one, 1-1 to count. Hood batting .667 this season. Only 3 at-bats. His second start of the year. Gill set the belt. As Hood grounds to short 6-4-3 double play. That will eliminate Winner as well. So no runners now on for Lander. As the Bearcats are in danger of going down this inning. And 3 batters. Oliver Zone, center fielder, now stands at the plate. He'll take high for ball one. Zone batting .500 this season, 6 of 12. 7 runs driven in for the Bearcat center fielder. 4th start of the season for him. That pitch low and inside. Ball 2. 1 run, 2 hits for Lander. Nothing across the board for Middle Georgia. Wild pitch brought home Ryan Hansen in the first inning. For Lander's only run of the game is that pitch in there for a strike to Zone. 2-1 to count. The Bearcat center fielder. As he grounds one down the first base line, that one's going to hit the gate of the Lander bullpen foul. 2-2 to count. Winner led off the inning with an infield single, but was quickly eliminated on a 6-4-3 double play. So we sit here now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning of the PBC opener here for both teams. Zone fouls that over toward the softball team over at Doug Spears Field. 2-2 remains to count. Start of a busy weekend here in Greenwood. Second straight one. That ball grounded to Abbott at first. He will flip to Gill. It looked like that ball got away on the flip. This is going to be an infield hit. Zone was flying down the line. Had to rush that throw from Abbott. Thought he had plenty of time and second-guessed himself. Made the flip go wide and secured the base for Zone. As Cooper Backman takes inside for ball one, the Bearcat shortstop. Zone takes off, and he will be in there with a stolen base pretty easily. So Zone with his second stolen base of the season. Now stands at second base. 1-1 count to Cooper Backman. Stands in the right-handed batter's box. Look back second, Gill delivers. That pitch a little bit high for ball 2. Backman skies that one. Right center field. Center fielder Pimentel in there. Make the play and retire to side for the Bearcats. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Lander retired in the bottom of the second. We head to the third inning. Lander still leading 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Larson completes his warm-up tosses. We're ready to go here in the third inning from Dolny Stadium. Lander leading 1-0 over Middle Georgia. See, Fernandez will lead off the inning for the Knights. That pitch a little bit outside for ball one from Hanson. Hanson's been pretty efficient these first two innings, making quick work of Middle Georgia. In each of them, he delivers second pitch. That ball's grounded. Backman waiting there at short. He'll make the throw over to first in time to retire Fernandez. Make that 7 straight sent down for Jake Larson. One down here in the third inning. I'll bring up Patrick Crosby for the Knights. He will take ball one. Crosby, junior out of Baxley, Georgia, Andrew College transfer. He'll sky that one toward the Lander bullpen. They'll get out of play. 1-1 to count. To the Middle Georgia third baseman. Coney will follow him before the lineup flips back over to Pimentel at the top. Larson delivers a 1-1 pitch. Check swing, no swing called, no strike called. 2-1 to count. Larson works quickly, delivers in there, strike two, 2-2. One nothing your score. As Crosby fouls that one off. Like I said, start of a busy weekend here in Greenwood. Baseball will continue their series tomorrow. Actually conclude it with a doubleheader starting at 1. Softball plays at 4 and 6, including the Breeze Serena Kickoff Classic. That ball fouled off into the screen right in front of us. Men's lacrosse plays at 2 against Lincoln Memorial. Their second straight home game to open the season. Then basketball right across the street at Fives Horn Arena. 1:33-30 against Flagler for senior day for both squads. That swing and a miss from Crosby. Second out of the inning, 8 straight, sit down for Larson. That's his first strikeout of the game. That'll bring up R.J. Coney from Metter, Georgia. East Georgia Community College. That grounded to Cruz at third. Over to Smalley. 2 retired aside. 9 straight sent down for Larson. Nothing doing for the Knights in the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Lander still up 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Kate Cruz coming off from retiring the side on a 5-3 putout in the top half of the inning will lead off the inning for the Bearcats. Leading 1-0 here over Middle Georgia in the Peach Belt Conference opener as Cruz swings at the first pitch, fouls that one over toward the berm. He'll get down foul for strike one. Cruz, senior from Jansen Beach, Florida, Palm Beach State, before he made a trip up to Greenwood as Cruz skies that one to center field. Pimentel there to make the catch for out number one. Now flip the lineup card back over for Ryan Hansen, who had a ball drop right there in no man's land between the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder to lead off the game with a single. He advanced to second on a wild pitch and then eventually scored on a wild pitch for the game's only run. He swings and misses at a pitch outside for strike one. Hanson, McClellan, and if any of them reach, Pip Smalley standing on the top step of the Lander dugout. That pitch outside for ball one. Gill comes set at the belt. 1-1 pitch. It's outside. Ball two. Ryan Hansen, sophomore. St. Augustine, Florida is the hometown St. Augustine High School, where he plays high school ball. That pitch in there for strike two. 2-2 to count. So the Bearcat leadoff man. 1-0 your score on a beautiful day here in Greenwood, South Carolina. That pitch skied over toward the seats. Lands right there on the berm. Starts to roll down the hill a little bit. St. Lowndes still going to go get that one. So we're ready to go again. 2-2 to count here with one out in the bottom of the third inning. As Hansen fouls that one off toward the parking lot. We'll do it all over again, 2-2. Three hits so far for the Bearcats, all of them singles. As Gill set at the belt again. He'll deliver the 2-2 pitch. That one popped up high. Who wants it? It'll be the second baseman. Fernandez says he does. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number one, Will McClellan.
I'll bring up Will McClellan. Anderson, South Carolina, redshirt senior. Final season here in Greenwood. He's been a staple of Lander teams the past couple years. He can catch, he can play right field, he can play left field, and he can DH. He'll do it all for you. He bats in the 2-hole today. 5-3 put out. His first at bat of the game. That pitch gets away. 1-0 to count. Pitch skips up in there once again. 2-0 to count. Like I said many times, conference opener for both sides. Lander's first game under head coach Nick Pop. In his third season with the program, his first as head coach. After Jason Burke left earlier this year to go join the Washington Nationals organization. That McClellan gets that one through the left side into the glove of Coney. But not before McClellan's on first with a single. Fourth hit of the game for the Bearcats. Fourth single for the Bearcats. So I'll bring up Pip Smalley, the Lander first baseman here with 2 outs. Will McClellan standing on first base. Here in the bottom of the third, Gill Already at 49 pitches, he'll go throw over again. McClellan back safely. There's one thing Middle Georgia doesn't want to do is they don't want to burn their bullpen pretty deep here, especially with a doubleheader coming tomorrow with 2 nines. There's going to be no 7-inning game to try to preserve at least a couple of arms. 1-0 to count to Smalley here with McClellan standing on first. McClellan takes off, swing and a miss. Actually, Smalley got a little piece of that. So McClellan trots back to first base. Jack Thomas waiting for him. First base coach Mike Fitchin is your third base coach. Both of their first year with the program. Fitchin played for Lander many years, was a part of that 2016 team that made it to carry North Carolina in the Division II baseball championship. Best team Lander has ever had. On the final 4 teams remaining that year in 2016. As Gill looks over a couple times and throws back over. McClellan back safely. 1-1 still remains to count. Lander reached the tournament last year for the first time since that 2016 season by winning the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship. As Gill delivers way outside ball 2. Fifth overall Peach Belt title for Lander. Has 3 regular season titles, now 2 tournament titles to their repertoire. As Gill fires in, Smalley skies that one. Right field, Aponte there. He will make the catch. A little bit of a delayed call from the umpire. A little bit of acrobatics from Ponte, but he will make the play and retire the side for Lander in the 3rd inning. So Lander strands McClellan at first. Nothing doing for the blue and gold. They still lead 1-0 going to the 4th inning. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Nine up, 9 down for Larson. As we start the 4th inning, Jack Hawkins joining me the rest of the way. As that pitch inside for ball 1. That pitch fouled off, strike 1. Jack, glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
So Larson, 9 up, 9 down, 1-1 to count. 2-1 to count. 2. Pimentel, the leadoff man for the Knights. That pitch high. Ball 3. 3-2 to count. Larson just doesn't want to lead off this inning with a walk.
One thing to note very early on here, Larson only 25 pitches coming into the inning. He's gotten through 3 innings very efficiently.
And he gets Pimentel to strike out. His second strikeout of the game. First one came last inning to Crosby. I'll bring up Davis, the shortstop, Luke Davis. Glen St. Mary, Florida native. Went to Baker County High School. Sophomore, stands 5'8", 150. Takes strike 1 from the Bearcat lefty. 0-1 to count. That's going to be grounded up the middle. Great snag by Coward at second. He throws over to first. Not in time. What a great play by Coward to keep that in the infield. Unfortunately, could not make the play at first as Davis becomes the first Knight to reach base so far today. The first hit for Middle Georgia.
Not only the first hit, but the first batter to reach base in any way as well.
Yep. Larson had gone 9 up, 9 down to start the game. Actually, 10 up, 10 down. Excuse me.
Yeah, 10 up.
Got to strike out to start this inning before Davis. Great effort by Cowart to try to save the streak, but couldn't quite get it. That ball fouls. It going to go through the tarp. It will not.
Coward has been a great glove there. He's got 18 putouts on the season.
Lander only has 5 errors as a team. That's one thing that this Lander team has prided themselves on. They have been, the last 2 seasons, the best fielding team on a natural surface. So the top 2 teams that have led the nation in fielding the last couple years have both played on turf. Lander was always the highest team that had played on a natural surface as their home field. As Larson delivers a 1-2 pitch in there, strike 3, goes down to second, not in time. So
Close play.
Davis steals second on the Ashley strikeout. Third one of the game for Larson. McClellan did a good job trying to save that and get the out at second, but couldn't quite complete the play. Kind of skipped up there to Cowart. So runner in scoring position now for the Knights as they trail 1-0 here in the 4th inning. That pitch outside for ball 1.
Tate Abbott has 6 RBIs on the season. He's got a runner in scoring position right now, so trying to find that 7th.
6 RBIs. The guy behind him, Collender, 12 driven in. So a couple dangerous batters here for Larson to deal with. If he wants to get out of this inning without allowing the game to be tied. He's down 2-0 to the Knight cleanup hitter. Looks back a second, delivers a 2-0 pitch.
Beautiful.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Larson has just been on point today with every single one of his pitches.
He has. He's had the Knights on their heels. Retired 11 of 12 so far. That pitch in there, strike 2. Went 5-3, F9, F8, F8, F9, 4-3, 6-3, strikeout, and then 5-3. And then the second strikeout of the game before finally an infield single was the first runner for tonight. That pitch fouled off over toward the concession stand. And we'll do it all over again. Deuces wild. 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Knights. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Bearcats. Larson set at the letters, and we'll do it all over again. 2-2. That pitch popped up. Will McClung get there? He's looking. He's run over, and it will drop on top of the roof. So let's reset, re-rack it. 2-2 to pitch. 2-2 to count, excuse me. To Abbott, the first baseman for the Knights.
Larson's really relying on that slider here early, and it's working. I wonder when he'll start using that fastball to maybe speed him up. That could be a big wrinkle to watch later in the game.
That pitch grounded. Backman backhanded. Throws over to Smalley at first in time to retire the side. 6th Street put out. 3rd out of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Lander still leading 1-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Cowart winner Hood will lead off the 4th inning for Lander as they lead 1-0 here in the Peach Belt Conference opener.
Zach Cowart, one of the most dangerous hitters on this Bearcat team this season. He's batting .407. He's got over a 1 OPS. But the thing that I'm most intrigued about is his on-base percentage. He has the 2nd highest on the team with a .543.
And that says a lot about this team who likes to reach base any way they can. Like I said, they have over 40 walks and I believe close to 30 hit by pitches as a team.
Well, and he's contributed to that. He's got 4 walks on the season, and he's been hit by pitch 4 times.
That pitch in there. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. To the second baseman for Lander, who grounded out to first base. His first at bat. Gill set the belt. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Rolls over toward the pitch clock behind home plate. 1-2 the count. Ball makes its way back over toward the Lander dugout. Going to reset and do it all over again. 1-2. Lander softball just tied the game at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning against Emory and Henry. As that pitch gets the outside corner. Cowart down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Gill, both of them. Actually, that's his first looking one, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
He retired Smalley in the first inning swinging. Now bring up Brody Winter, the center fielder. He looks down at ball 1.
That'll put Gill into double digits on the season for strikeouts. Not maybe had the greatest start of the year, but he has been striking out batters at the highest rate for this team.
He's starting to get a little more swing and miss from this Lander lineup. As strike 1 to Winter. Center fielder reached on an infield single. His first at bat. Left stranded at second base. That ball grounded to third. Crosby makes the play. Throws over to Abbott at first in time for out number 2. So Winter's retired. That'll bring up Riley Hood, the designated hitter for the blue and gold. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the second inning. So he sees Gill for the second time today. That pitch kind of gets away from Gill for ball 1.
Looked like a breaking ball. They just didn't have a lot of break on that.
As Hood drives that one, but right into the glove of Coney in left to retire the side. So nothing doing for the Bearcats in the 4th inning. They still lead 1-0. We go into the 5th. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Colander Aponte Fernandez for the Knights in the 5th inning, facing Jake Larson. 44 pitches through 4 innings. Cruised through the first 3, 1, 2, 3. Gave up an infield single to Davis last inning. Got to second base on a stolen base, but he got no further as Larson delivers ball 1. And you were looking at Colander's stat line, and what was the word you used to describe him?
Outstanding.
As he skies that one. Cowart says he's got it in the infield. He will. That is out number 1 of the inning.
That's a huge out for Larson. Like I was saying, Colander, he leads this Middle Georgia team in, as far as I see, every major offensive statistical. Like,
and that's a pretty wide margin as well.
Absolutely.
So Larson gets the toughest hitter for Middle Georgia as he delivers outside. Frustrated at that pitch. You'll probably want that one back 1-0 to count. But he's just been doing what he needs to do. This Lander team talks about doing their job. He's been doing his job today as he delivers strike 1 to Aponte, the right fielder for Middle Georgia. 4-3 put out in the into the second inning. He swings and misses. One and 2 to count to Aponte. Pitch just a little bit outside, brings the count even 2-2. And the first base umpire once again telling the Middle Georgia team get into the dugout. Looks like the in the hole hitter Fernandez, the second base, Crosby, the third baseman, is told to get behind the railing a little bit more as that pitch low and inside for ball 3. So Larson in danger of losing Aponte. Here, the second batter of this 5th inning.
It'll be his first walk of the game.
That ball lined toward Winter in left. Drops out in front of him. Second hit of the game for the Knights. First one to leave the infield.
Second baseman, number 33, C.
So Pato stands at first base with a single.
And a good sign for Aponte. He'd been having a bit of a slow start this season, batting 233.71 OPS. Maybe that can be the thing that wakes him up for the season.
That first pitch in there, strike to Fernandez. 0-1 to count. 1-0 your score here at Dolny Stadium. The pitch skips in front of McClellan. Good job keeping it in front of him. Pane still stands at first. Bring count to 1-1. 54th pitch for Larson. 37 of strikes. Picks over quickly. Not in time to get Pane at first. 37 strikes on 54 pitches for the southpaw. That pitch fouled back our way. Skips off the net. Comes the rest right there just on the edge of the grass. We'll do it again. 1-2 to count.
Yeah, Turner Larson's just been insanely efficient to start this game. I mean, the 2 hits, the only 2 runners we've seen from Middle Georgia.
That ball grounded, foul. Good play by the Middle Georgia third base coach. He'll toss that back into the dugout. And we'll do it all over again. 1-2 to count. Paul Knight leads the Knights coaching staff with assistant coaches Sean Stevens, Chaz Salter, and student assistant Andrew Durham. Larson delivers the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Beautiful
from
pitch.
Fernandez. That ball dropped out in front of him. 4th strikeout of the game for the Bearcat southpaw.
Larson is in total command of every single one of his pitches at this point.
He is. Like I said, had the one solid contact hit from Pane, who stands at first right now. But Middle Georgia has not done much against the junior from Point Verde, Florida. Larson looks back at first, delivers a 0-1 pitch, lined off of the foot. Cowart's there. He'll make the throw over to first in time. A 1-4-3 put out.
Does Larson get the assist?
He will get the assist. It bounced off his foot. So he's doing it all today. That will retire the side for the Knights. Lander still leading 1-0. Halfway home here in Greenwood, you're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Gill back out there for the start of the 5th inning. He will face 7, 8, 9 in the Bearcat lineup. Zone backman Cruz. Zone makes his way to the batter's box. 1 hit on the game so far. High single on a stolen base in the 2nd inning. Left strand after backman flied out to center field to end that inning. So he'll see Gill for the 2nd time. Who fires in there, just missed inside for ball 1.
I mean, outside of the first, Gill has been good. Allowed that one run from Hansen, but
As I say, Hansen reached early on an infield single, or excuse me, not an infield single that dropped into no man's land, and then worked his way around on a couple wild pitches. Scored the game's only run as we sit here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch works his way in there for the first strike. The Oliver Zone, graduate student out of Raleigh, North Carolina, South Gardner High School. Turner Kirby, Jack Hawkins joining you here from the press box here at Dolny Stadium. 3-0 to count to Oliver Zone. Excuse me, 3-1 to count. 3-1 is the count to Zone. Pitch finds the outside corner. Strike 2.
great pitch from Gill. Zone trying to find his 5th walk of the season so far. Like you have been saying, this Lander team has gotten a first in any way they can.
Zone skies that one foul. We'll reset it. Do it all again. 3-2. Winter spring crossover season continues here in Greenwood, South Carolina. The Zone fouls that one off. And we'll do it all again at 3-2. Brady Cazares has given the Lander softball team a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Their first game of the Bree Sereno Kickoff Classic. Have a runner on first. Emery and Henry making a pitching change. Lander trying to secure what would be
the 33rd hit by pitch of the season for Lander.
They take pride in their hit by pitches. They take pride in being hit by a pitch.
They're like a magnet for the ball.
And there's several players over the past couple of years who have been at Bagna a little bit more than others. Swing and a miss from Cooper Backman. Faces Gill for the second time. Slide out to center field to end the 2nd inning.
Cooper, one you got to be careful, though. Only 4 players on this Lander team have hit a home run this year, and he is one of them.
His came on Tuesday night. Right down the left field line. Couldn't quite see it go over the fence. It was twilight during that time. But it did sneak over that left field fence for his first homer of the season. Count even 1-1. Zone back to first. Their pickoff attempt from Gill. Like I said, Lander softball trying to improve to 4-1 on the season. Took a couple games from Catawba. Start their year last Saturday. And split with North Greenville on Tuesday. Won the first game 3-1. Lost 4-2 in game 2. So both Lander Diamond Sports off to pretty good starts to their season. Softball made their first tournament appearance back in 2024. Program history. And then Lander baseball last year returned to the postseason for the first time in 9 seasons after winning the PBC tournament. Backman 2-2 to count. That one, a little bit of sweet chin music. As he fouls that one off. Over toward the little picnic area. Down the first baseline. We'll re-rack and do it all over again. 1 run, 4 hits. No errors for the Bearcats. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Knights. As we just passed 6 o'clock here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Glad you could join us on a Friday evening, wherever you may be. As Zone takes off, he will get there safely. Another stolen base for Zone, his 2nd of the game.
3rd of the season. He has not been caught yet whenever he decides he does want to go.
That pitch a little outside, so full count to Cooper Backman. Looks at the wrist. Delivers the payoff pitch to the Bearcat shortstop. He skies that one. Center field. Pimentel there under it. Zone. Fates going to third. He will scurry back to second base. First out of the inning for Lander. Another fly out to center field for Backman. He's made solid contact on both of his outs. Just can't quite find the grass of the outfield. I'll bring up Cade Cruz, Bearcat third baseman. He also flied out to center field. His first at bat of the game. Big off move to second base. Zone back there in time.
That was a good decision by Zone to not take off on that.
He was starting to lean a little bit. It was a good pickoff move by Gill. But Zone just a little quick to get back to the bag. Zone almost caught leading once again. That pitch delivered outside, maybe getting to the head a little bit of the Middle Georgia left-hander.
And he's starting to get a little frisky out there on second. With the way he's been running the baseline tonight, I don't think I'd be surprised to see him take off for third here.
As I say, another one. That one gets away from number 33, Seth Fernandez.
That's another way to take off for third.
So credit that an error to Gill. First error of the game for either team. Now Zone stands 90 feet away from the Bearcat second runs. Cruz drives that one down to left field. Coney will make the catch. Zone scours on home. Sacrifice fly for Cade Cruz. Does the job. Make it 2-0 for the Bearcats.
8th RBI of the season for Cade Cruz. These Lander batters have hit the ball when they needed to hit it.
And like I said, some of them have not had good starts to the season, but you look them down the RBI numbers for these teams, you wouldn't guess what their averages are by looking at their RBI numbers. But then you see their on-base percentage numbers, and you can understand why.
I mean, Brody Winter, a perfect example of that.
As Hansen drives that one, right fielder Apane under it, makes the catch in right center field to retire the side. Lander gets a run on a Cade Cruz sacrifice fly to score Oliver Zone. 2-0 in favor of the home side. We go to the 6th inning. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. McClellan makes the throw down to second base as Larson out there to start the 6th inning. He will face Coney, Pimentel, and Davis. 9-1-2 for the visiting Middle Georgia Knights in their first Peach Belt Conference Series in their program's history. Newcomers to the conference this year. Of course, they will be under probation from making any NCAA tournament, making the jump up from NAIA to NCAA. But they are on the schedule as Larson, they're ahead 0-1. Make that 0-2 as he works in control as he has all night long. 4 strikeouts for the Bearcat left-hander.
And he's averaging just over 11 pitches an inning at the moment.
That pitch just a bit outside. Couldn't get the frame from McClellan. 1-2 to count. The Cody left fielder grounded out the third base. His first at-bat in the second inning. That ended the second inning for the Knights. That ball grounded toward the tarp. Bounces off. The tarp, which might be put out after the games tomorrow evening. Rain in the forecast for Sunday here in the upstate of South Carolina. Forced game 3 of the series to be moved to tomorrow as part of a doubleheader. So you will see 2 games for the price of 1 as Larson freezes Coney for his 5th strikeout of the game.
Center fielder, number 11.
Larson is just, I mean, this is beautiful baseball to watch from Larson here.
5th strikeout. First one looking for Jake Larson. It's through 5 in the third innings. 2-hit baseball. That pitch just a little bit outside. 1-0 to count.
But shout out to McClellan as well. He's done a great job catching behind the plate, framing, helping his pitcher out.
That pitch catches the inside corner. Teonis Pimentel, the right fielder, said his name a lot on defense. Made a couple good running catches. In the short right field here at Dolny Stadium. Larson misses again, 2-1 to count. To the Knight center fielder. Aponte and Pimentel have both made good plays in right and center field. Aponte is the right fielder for the Knights, my bad. He takes strike 2. 2-2 to count. Larson toes the rubber again, works quickly. 6 on the pitch clock. That pitch can't quite catch the outside corner. Count runs full to Teonis as he steps back in. Pitch clock starts going again. Larson gets the call on the little pitch com watch. Toes the rubber with 12 on the pitch clock. He'll stand to deliver. Ground ball just over the head of Larson. Backman there, runs across the diamond, makes the throw a little bit high.
Oh,
and it might have hurt Pitt Smalley. He is holding his left shoulder as athletic trainer Jackson Dempsey will go out to check on him. That's going to be an error for Cooper Backman, only the 6th error of the season for the Bearcats.
He hurried that a little too much.
As Smalley, it's okay, and he'll stay in the game. Jackson Dempsey, first-year athletic trainer here at Lander, takes over for the Bearcat baseball and wrestling programs.
And that's the 2nd error on the season for Backman. Has been good at short outside of those 2, but you got to have those.
As Davis takes strike 1. Luke Davis. 1 for 2 today, flat out to right. His first at bat before singling to break up the perfect game for Larson. Little infield single that Cowart couldn't quite get to first base in time. So he faces Larson for the 3rd time today. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Big cut there from Davis, who goes behind 0-2 to Larson. Pimentel standing at first base as the Knights trail 2-0 here in the 6th inning. That pitch skips up to McClellan. Good stop, keeps it in front of him. They'll fire it back to Larson. 1-2 to count. Like I said, Jackson Dempsey, his first year at Lander, taking over a couple of championship programs. Lander wrestling team looking for their 5th straight conference championship on Sunday as they will face Belmont Abbey in the semifinals at 11 a.m. And hopefully we'll await the winner of Montevallo and UNC Pembroke in the Conference Carolinas championship match. And then the Bearcats will actually host the NCAA Super Region 2 tournament on February 28th in Finest Horn Arena. More information can be found about that at landerbearcats.com on the wrestling schedule. So some exciting times here in Greenwood as a wrestling regional comes to Finest Horn Arena for the second time in 3 years. Lander will be looking for their 4th straight super regional title. Second one won on home turf. It's a swing and a miss. Davis slams the bat into the ground in frustration. 6th strikeout of the game for Larson. Fifth of those 6 swinging. Pimentel still standing at first base after reaching on the air by Backman. 2 out, 2 down here for Mill, Georgia. As they still trail 2-0. The lights have come on here at Dolny Stadium. Larson throws over to first. Nothing doing on that. Trying to keep Pimentel a little bit honest. Abbott stands on deck. Collender standing on the top step. And he will, as Pimentel will be picked off, make that 1-3, I believe, 4 on the picked off, caught stealing. And so
Heads up play.
Heads up play by the Bearcat defense. Heads up play by Larson. Retires to size. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bearcats leading 2-0. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Will McClellan leads off for Lander in the bottom of the 6th inning with the Bearcats leading 2-0. Here at Dolny Stadium in the Peach Belt Conference opener. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Bearcats. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Knights.
And McClellan, for me, is one of those guys that shows exactly what you were talking about earlier.
McClellan skies that one. Left field. Deep. Gone. Will McClellan.
First of the year.
First of the year for the catcher, Q Freebird. It is 3-0 Bearcats.
He got a hold of that one.
He did, and it went over the left field fence. His first long ball of the year. 3-0 Lander here in the 6th inning. I'll bring up Pip Smalley. So Lander scores 1 run in each of the 5th and 6th innings so far. Trying to stretch out the lead a little bit more. As Smalley lines that one up the middle base hit as the Bearcats starting to hit Gill really, really good after he settled in after a couple wild pitches allowed Ryan Hansen to score in the first inning. That one 100 off the bat.
He ripped that one.
That one just went right up the 4-6 hole. And it looks like that might be the end of the day for Gill. Admirable job getting through 5 innings against this Bearcat lineup. We'll see. No, guys are staying in the dugout. Just might be a talking to. But you would.
And like you said, he's pitched fine. 5 innings pitched, 83 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts. It's just that Larson on the other mound has been absolutely electric.
Larson has been outstanding. Through 6 innings, 2 hits. Both of those singles, one of those didn't leave the infield. But Lander, McClellan led off the inning with a homer. And then Pip Smalley just laced a single up the middle. So Bearcats trying to stretch out the lead and win their first Peach Belt Conference game of the season. Lander has only lost 2 conference series the last couple years. 2 conference series total. One of those comes to the team they will play next weekend down in Dolny, Georgia. The North Georgia Nighthawks, the team which the Bearcats shared the regular season title with last year. The Nighthawks were knocked out in the final of the Dahlonega bracket of the Peach Belt Conference tournament in a wild contest between them and the Columbus State Cougars, where the Columbus State Cougars scored back, I believe scored 9 in the 9th inning to steal the game from the host and number 1 seed and advance to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship Series, where Lander won the first 2 games of that one to claim the championship. Cowart now stands at the plate. 1-1 count. Gill looks at the wrist. Comes set the belt, looks over at first. Looks over again. Delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one can't quite catch the outside corner. 2-1 to count. To the Bearcat second baseman. 0 for 2 so far today. Grounded out to the first in the first inning. And then struck out looking in the 4th.
Can't overlook him, though.
Just looking for his first hit of the game. Skill delivers the 2-1 pitch. That one skips up to Collender behind the plate. So Cowart ahead 3-1. And you would think that another base runner might spark a pitching change. We will see what Middle Georgia will do. Like I said, you got 2 9-inning games coming tomorrow. That ball line down the right field line. That ball's fair. That ball's going to bounce off the fence. Get away from Aponte, the right fielder. Here comes Smalley around third. He is going to score, make that 4-0 Lander. That one lined right down the right field line where the Lander bullpen juts out a little bit. And it just skipped out there. Aponte was trying to run over and cut it off right on the line, but it just skipped away from it and allowed Smalley to score from first. So an RBI double for Zach Cowart.
And I told you can't overlook him. He might have been having a rough game to start, but he is one of Lander's best hitters.
And
8th RBI of the season.
And that will be the end of the line for Gill as the Lander Bearcats have started to tee off on him.
And a parting little gift for Gill. We've been talking so much this entire game about Lander being able to draw walks, draw hit by pitches. He hit one batter and didn't walk anyone.
Yeah, this is not the way Lander's used to scoring their runs.
Not at all.
But good job from him. Keep throwing strikes, but unfortunately the Bearcats have started to tee off on him as he departs after 5+ innings of work. Lander leads 4-0. We'll be back with a new starting pitcher for Middle Georgia after this. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Brandon Exley answers the call to the bullpen for tonight. Junior right-hander out of Rincon, Georgia, East Georgia transfer. Jack, what can you tell me about our new pitcher from Middle Georgia?
3 appearances on the season, doesn't have a win, save, doesn't have any of that. His whip of a 2.33, ERA of 7.5. He's not a high-volume strikeout guy. He's only got 2 in those 3 appearances.
As he is broken from Brody Winter, drives that one to left field, and it is gone. A rude welcome for Brandon Exley. Q Freebird for Brody Winter. A 2-run homer stretches the lead out once again. 6-0 Lander. That was a shot.
And that was actually the next thing I was going to say about Exley. He's allowed 2 home runs on the season. I guess after that pitch, make it 3?
Make it 3 in emphatic fashion. So Lander starting to find their rhythm in the 6th inning. That pitch away for ball 1. 4 runs across for Lander this inning. And no outs still remain. It's Middle Georgia trying to stop the bleeding any way they can. Strike call to Riley Hood. Looking for his first hit of the game. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd and flied out to left in the 4th. As he lines one to right field, Apane will just camp under it, make the play. So the Bearcats record their first out after scoring 4 runs with 2 homers. Now bring up Oliver Zone, who's reached base twice so far today, scored once. Came home on a sacrifice fly from Cruz.
And that's great from Exley to be able to shake off the home run, first pitch of his appearance, and to be able to get an out on that second batter.
Zone takes a strike. Nothing to 1 to count. And you said it. Great job shaking that off. You saw that first pitch after the winner home run was kind of wild, but he settled in, was able to get that first out. And is now even with Zone 1-1. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Lander leading 6-0. As night falls here at Dolny Stadium. Wrapping up what has been a beautiful, beautiful day here in Emerald City. 2-1 to count to the Bearcat center fielder. Hit by a pitch, his last at bat. As he lines one to right field, Apane runs over it, dives. Does he make the catch? He does. What a play from Apane in right field. Robs a hit from Oliver's own. So the Middle Georgia defense picking up their pitcher after a rough start. Back-to-back outs after Lander first 4 batters reached, both F9s. Now bring up Cooper Backman, the shortstop. Pitch low for ball 1. Backman's flied out to center twice, looking for his first hit of the game.
And Aponte, a strong fielder out there, 16 putouts on the season, and he hadn't made an error.
That pitch finds the inside corner. Strike 1. 1-1 to count to the sophomore shortstop for Lander. Was a regular in the lineup last year as a freshman. Solid glove and a solid tandem he had in the middle of the infield with Taichi Nakao. Obviously, Nakao had that gold glove defense that we came accustomed to his 2 years in Greenwood. Now working alongside Zach Cowart, who made the move over from third base last season. That pitch low and away, ball 3, 3-1 to count. 2 outs for Cooper Backman.
And shout out to Taichi, playing at Cal now. Starting their season soon.
Starting it today, I believe. D1 opening day is today across the country. That pitch gets Backman his second hit by pitch, or excuse me, his first hit by pitch of the game. So he'll trot down the first.
Third baseman, number 3, Kay.
Now bring up K. Cruz. Had a sacrifice fly his last at bat in the 5th inning. Brought home Oliver's own. That made it 2-0 at the time. Landers obviously had a 4 runs since then.
4 huge runs.
Has had a flight out to center field in the 3rd inning in his first at bat. It's actually delivered outside. For ball 1, 1-0 to count to Exley, who settled in really good after that rude welcome from Brody Winter. The pitch outside again, same spot, same call. 2-0 to count. Backman stands at first after being hit by a pitch. The Clone led off the inning with a homer to left field. Smalley followed with a single afterwards. Cowart had a RBI double that bounced off the bullpen jutout and allowed Smalley to score. And then Brody Winter welcomed Exley in rude fashion with a light tower home run to left field. So we stand 6-0 here as Collender goes out to talk to Exley. Makes his way back behind the plate. Exley gets ready to start over again. 3-0 to count to the Bearcat number 9 hitter.
And for anyone curious, Cal does in fact play today if they want to watch the ex-Lander player. They play at 6:05, so they should be playing right now.
6:05 local time. So about
yes,
10 o'clock.
yes,
About
yes.
about 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. As Cruz draws a walk.
Those stinky time zones, they always get me. They'll play against Santa Clara. So
We'll
if you're still up at that time, I know I won't be. If you're still up, tune in. It'll be on ACC Network and ESPN Plus.
We got another early call tomorrow, 9 a.m. call time for us as 10 o'clock starts another day of softball over at Doug Spears Field. First pitch to Ryan Hansen, 9th hitter of the inning for the Bearcats. In there for a strike, 0-1 to count.
First walk of the game for Lander as well there, Caden Cruz. Again, something that they're accustomed to doing, but haven't done much of today.
Day 2 of the Bree Sereno Kickoff Classic starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Lander will play at 4 and 6. That all depends on how quickly the games move. The first 3 games of the day before the Bearcats take the field. As runners were moving, but Hansen fouled that one off the brick backstop. Rolls over to Abbott at first base. He'll toss that one over to the Lander dugout, fielded by McClellan. He'll toss it back into the dugout himself. Bearcats took game 1 of the Brees Ferreira Kickoff Classic for themselves. As that one comes in on the hand and hits Hansen. So the Bearcats have gone hit by pitch, walk, hit by pitch, and now have the bases loaded for the man who led off the inning with a home run. Will McClellan.
And the way that they've loaded the bases this inning, or these last 3 batters, has been more accustomed to what we've been used to. I mean, Lander did have the game against Mount Olive in which they almost doubled the amount of runs that they did hits.
Yeah, that was a stereotypical game that you expect from Lander, where they have just manufactured runs in any way possible. As McClellan stands in the right-handed batter's box, bases full of Bearcats, looking to do some more damage like he did to lead off today as he takes inside for ball 1. McClellan's reached his last 2 plate appearances, had a single in the 3rd inning, and then obviously led off this 6th inning with a homer against Gill, the Middle Georgia starter who has since departed, as he takes strike 1. McClellan led off with a homer. Smalley singled. Cowart drove home Smalley with a double. Then Winter had a home run to left field as well. Hood and Zone both flied out to right. And then hit by pitch from Backman, walk from Cruz, and a hit by pitch from Hanson. Where we stand right now as that pitch goes outside. 2-1 to count. To Will McClellan. Six runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Bearcats. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the visiting Knights as McClellan fouls that one off.
He took a hack at that one.
As I say, it looked like he won his second homer of the inning. Wind is barely blowing, if at all. Flags are as still as they probably can be. Deuces wild for the Bearcat catcher. His second at bat of the inning, 4th of the game. 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit outside. Exley thought he got strike 3 call, but McClellan works the count full, 3-2. Runners will be off with the full count with 2 outs. So Exley comes set at the belt. Right-hander delivers the payoff pitch. That ball's foul off toward the parking lot. Lands right there in front of the fencing around Dolny Stadium. Will we rack them and do it all over again? 3-2.
Well, and I have a number on that wind, according to the weather app that I've got. 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 6. But something that might help it, it's blowing out towards that left field.
McClellan takes the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. That will walk home Cooper Backman. So, bases loaded walk. Second RBI of the inning
First baseman, number 8.
for the Bearcat catcher. That makes it 7-0 in favor of Lander. 5 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And Gil didn't walk anyone. We've gone from not a single walk.
As Smalley flies that one to center field. Pimentel is there to catch it and finally in the Bearcat onslaught. But not before 5 runs come across on 4 hits. No errors. 3 Bearcats left stranded. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Lander leading 7-0. You're listening to the Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Michael Ashley leads off the 7th inning for Middle Georgia. 0 for 2 on today, flied out to center field in the 1st inning and struck out swinging, in the 4th inning. Facing Jake Larson through 6 innings. As he misses outside. As he had a long wait as the Bearcats had a 5 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. So he had a chance to sit down and catch his breath, maybe a little bit too long. We'll see how Larson responds. He misses for ball 2. 77 pitches now for Larson, 53 strikes. As that one's crushed to center field. Zone on his high horse. Will he get there? He will not. That bounces off the padding. He fields it, throws it into Cowart as the cutoff man. But Ashley stays at second base with a double. First extra base hit of the game.
He got a hold of that one.
He really got a hold of that one. Deepest part of the ballpark. Right there below the yellow line where the fence splits off from the actual wall itself.
That's actually Abbott's first double of the season.
So he stands at second base. Ashley stands at second base. Abbott stands in the left-hand end of the batter's box right now. So Ashley welcomes Larson to the 7th inning in rude fashion. As that ball grounded to Backman. He'll look to runner back. Throws over to Smalley at first in time. First out of the inning. Second straight 6-3 putout for the night first baseman. He's 0 for 3 on the day. I'll bring up Colander, the catcher. He is also 0 for 2. Flied out to right field and flied out to center field. His last 2 at-bats came in the 2nd and 5th innings.
This is definitely the guy you don't want to see with a runner in scoring position, though. 12 RBIs on the season.
Larson took a little bit off of that pitch. Colander way out in front of it for strike 1. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 7-0 in favor of the home side. Larson says letters. 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. So Larson ahead quickly, 0-2 to count.
His breaking stuff has just been beautiful tonight.
Sebastian Colander, 0-2 pitch to him. High, 1-2 to count. 83rd pitch for Jake Larson. Trying to get through 7 innings of work. By far, he had a 7-inning outing last game as he finished off a complete game against Mount Olive in a 2-1 win for Lander, and where they swept the doubleheader in polar opposite fashion against the Trojans. First series win in program history for the Bearcats against Mount Olive. That ball gets down in front of Hanson and right. He'll try. Ashley will stop at third. And Colander reaches first on a single. 4th hit of the game for the Knights. And Alex Moore makes the walk out to talk to his left-hander.
And this is the first inning that Jake's really struggled at all. It'll be interesting to see how long they keep him in, how long they trust him.
With a 7-0 lead, you want to trust him a little bit more. Obviously, 1 out in the inning. No runs that come across. The ground ball gets you out of the inning. But you got to think, as long as he sat down in the bottom of the 6th inning where the Bearcats batted around and put 5 runs across the plate, he's been sitting there waiting to come out and keep going. But it's how quickly the innings were going before that. He was able to just really kind of stay warm, stay loose. That was the first time he really had to sit down and wait a little bit.
Well, and it's funny to look here. You mentioned the Mount Olive game. Almost identical stats at this point. 7 innings pitched in that game. He had 4 hits, a run, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. As of right now, he's pitched 6.1, 4 hits, hasn't allowed a run, doesn't have a walk, and 6 strikeouts. So the last 2 games, he has been extremely on his game.
Ashley at third, Colander at first. Both reached on hits. Ashley had a double. To lead off the inning, Colander just dropped a single right there in front of Ryan Hansen. And Larson, we're ready to go again. Toes to rubber. Comes set at the letters. Delivers the first pitch to Apane, who fouls that off. Tiana Apane Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. Junction, New Jersey, excuse me. Connor State College transfer. Down 0-1 to Jake Larson. He lines that one foul toward the parking line again. 0-2. 2 pitches, but both Pane have made contact with. Larson looking for his 7th strikeout of the game. So he comes set at the letters. 12 on the pitch clock. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. Lined down the right field line. That's going to get to the corner. Hanson over there trying to cut it off. He won't get it. He'll roll to the wall. Pane screaming around second. He's going to get to third as 2 runs come home to score. First 2 of the game for Middle Georgia on an RBI triple for Teyanis Pane. Second hit of the game for him. First 2 RBIs. First 2 runs in Peach Belt Conference play for the Knights. So that will be the end of the line for Jake Larson after a stellar performance. Nick Pop comes out to get him. Josh Sanchez trots out of the bullpen. We'll talk more about the Bearcat reliever when we come back. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Josh Sanchez out of the bullpen for the blue and gold. Jack Hawkins, tell us about the Bearcat reliever.
Sanchez, 2 appearances on the season so far, 10.12 ERA as he fires one in there for a strike. 3.38 whip, 2.2 innings pitched total, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned. A walk, doesn't have a strikeout on the season, and he has allowed a home run. Hitters, averaging about .471 against him. That's the batting average. He's coming in here with 5-run advantage, trying to just keep that lead. And he's up 0-2 here on the first batter. So off to a quick start. Has been one of the guys that Pop has gone to high and early as that ball skips away. And yeah, Turner, he's been all right. Has struggled a bit with allowing some runs, but definitely one of the guys that Lander has gone to.
As a wild pitch allows the 3rd run of the game for Middle Georgia to come home. 7-3 your score here in the top of the 7th. All 3 of Middle Georgia's runs have come in this inning. Sapane scored from third after he tripled home the first 2 of Middle Georgia's runs. As Fernandez gets called on a check swing
Third baseman, number 4.
for the second out of the inning. His second strikeout of the game. Both have been the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Crosby, the third baseman for Middle Georgia.
Oh, is it?
As that one's skied to right field. Hansen on his horse. Will he get there in time? He will. Slide
What a play!
And he does. He makes it right there in front of the Bearcat bullpen. His teammates go out to pat his back as that will retire the side. 3 runs come across from Middle Georgia. Lander still leads as it's stretch time here in Greenwood. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. As John Deere Green plays across the speakers here at Dolny Stadium, thanks to Blanchard Equipment, who have been graciously sponsoring this baseball season for Lander. We thank them for their support. So we have a new pitcher for Middle Georgia, Brody Keener, Talking Rock, Georgia, a Pickens High School graduate. He's a Dragon. And Jack, tell us about the former Dragon.
6'3", 203 pounds, so he's an intimidating presence out there on the mound. Has a long, winding sidearm throw. On the season, he's got 3 appearances. He's 0-1, 3.21 whip, 7.71 ERA. He's pitched 4.2, allowed 9 hits, 13 runs, but only 4 of those have been earned. So, kind of got to take that into account. And he does have 5 strikeouts.
As he will face Zach Cowart to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning. That pitch low and away. Ball 1 to Cowart. Cowart in the 6th inning, had a double that scored Pip Smalley from first base. Bounced off the little jut out right there by the bullpen gate for Lander. As Cowart takes ball 2.
And another thing about Brody, he is tied with about 4 other pitchers on Middle Georgia, but he has 6 walks, which is the most on the season for Middle Georgia.
Cowart takes strike 1, 2-1 to count. 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded out his first at bat, and then struck out looking in the 4th inning before having that RBI double as part of a 5-run 6th inning as Cowart skies that one to left field. That's going to drop right there in front of Coney. So Cowart, his second straight hit in his second hit in as many innings. Leads off the inning, stands at first base.
And he just continues to find ways to get on base.
That'll bring up Brody Winter, who greeted Brandon Exley in rude fashion last inning with a light tower shot, 402 feet according to our TrackMan. And it looked every bit of that 402 feet as he scorches that one through the left side. Back-to-back hard hits for Brody Winter. Cowart goes to second base. 2 on, no out for Lander here in the 7th inning as they try to stretch the lead out after Middle Georgia played 3 in the top half. I'll bring up Riley Hood, the designated hitter, looking for his first hit of the game. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd inning, and then flied out the left and then flied out the right in the 4th and 6th. Stands in the right-handed batter's box. Takes the first pitch inside. 1-0 to count.
And it's great to see Brody have a game like this. He came in batting 158, had one of those slow starts we had talked about. But today, obviously, has that huge home run, has the single this inning. Great to see it.
That pitch low and inside. Ball 2. So Hood ahead. 2-0 to count. 2 runners on for Lander, leading 7-3 here in the 7th inning. Looks back to first. Throws over to second, Cowart strolls back to the bag. Reset and do it all over again. 2-0. Night falls on Greenwood, South Carolina. That ball grounded to Davis at short. He'll throw to Fernandez. Slips and throws over to Abbott in time. Second 6-4-3 double play for Hood today. That will eliminate Winter on the base pass as well. Now bring up Oliver Zone, the center fielder. Officially 1 for 2 on the day. He has single in the 2nd, hit by pitch in the 5th. Then flied out to right field for the 2nd out of the Bearcats' 5-run 6th inning. He takes strike 1, 0-1 to count to him. Raleigh, North Carolina native. He scorches that one over the glove of Fernandez. That's going to get the Aponte in right. He dives and makes the stop. But Zone scurries into second base. Second hit of the game. First RBI for the Bearcat center fielder. That makes it.
Second double of the game for Lander. Cowart hit one earlier, and now Zone's got one.
Second double in as many innings. Double for Cowart came last inning. So that makes it 8-3 Bearcats. As Cowart comes home to score. Cooper Backman grounds to the third baseman Crosby. He'll throw over to Abbott in time to retire the side. So a 5-3 put out. Retires Backman. But not for the Bearcats. Scratch across another run. They lead 8-3. Going to the 8th. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Nine, 1-2 for Middle Georgia. It's Josh Sanchez. Comes back out. First fresh inning for the Bearcat. Right-hander. He fires strike one in there. Swinging strike. to R.J. Coney, the left fielder for Middle Georgia. Sanchez, ground ball, foul, just out of the reach of Cruz over there at third base. Pitcher from Middle Georgia comes out of the bullpen. Makes the throw back into the infield. Backman throws it into the dugout. Bounces off the Burt. So 0-2 to count. Bearcats leading 8-3 here in the 8th inning. It's Peach Belt's conference opener for both sides. Swing and a miss.
Dirty pitch.
As Sanchez gets his second strikeout of the game. As he finishes off his first full inning of work. I'll roll the lineup back over. Jonas Pimiento steps into the batter's box. Reached on an error in the 6th inning. 5-3 put out in the first. That ball lined out to right field. Hansen takes it off of his body. He is down in pain. And it does not look good. Jackson Dempsey out there quick.
I think it might have been off his arm.
He is down. He is holding his arm. His teammates, Winter and Zone, out there comforting him. We'll step away while the Bearcat right fielder gets looked at. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. As Hansen, it's good to go. Jackson Dempsey makes his way back to the dugout. Still stretching out after getting hit by that ball. Goes down as a double from Pimentel as check swing from Davis. He went around, strike one. Lander leading 8-3 here in the 8th inning. As an excuse me swing, Cruz comes over, makes the play over to first. Smalley makes the catch. Davis, I don't think, meant to make contact with that. But a good fielding play from Cruz to come in and make the grab and record the out. That could have been very, very dangerous for Lander. On the play, Pimentel goes to third. But now 2 outs for the Knights, who are running out of chances here in their Peach Belt Conference opener.
You know, my coach had a saying, the best bunts are the ones that you don't even know you're bunting.
That pitch low and away, ball one. To the 3-hole hitter, Michael Ashley. Angelo State transfer from Atlanta, Georgia. That pitch inside. Cal stands at 6 foot even, 235. As he takes strike one. 2-1 to count. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Here at Dolny Stadium. Sanchez, 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Big cut there from Ashley. Had
Beautiful
a double
breaking ball.
Had a double in the 7th inning and then came home on a triple from Aponte. As that pitch gets away from McClellan. Wild pitch will score Pimentel from third. Fourth run of the game for the Knights. 3-2 to count now. The designated hitter for Middle Georgia. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Sanchez delivers, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Sanchez. Out number 3 for the Knights. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Lander leading 8-4. You're listening to Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. Joe Cavallero steps into the batter's box. He'll pinch hit for Cade Cruz. Here to lead off the 8th inning for the Bearcats. 8-4 your score here in Game 1 of the series. Games 2 and 3 take place as part of a doubleheader. Starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. here at Dolny Stadium. Again, part of a busy, busy day here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Softball plays at 4 and 6. They'll play Young Harris and Southern Wesleyan in those games respectively. Men's lacrosse plays at 2 p.m. at Van Taylor Stadium. They'll face the Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters. Got a win last week against Coker to open their season, swing and a miss. And Cavallero makes it 1-1 to count. And the basketball team will have their senior day for both teams. 1:30 and 3:30 as Flagler makes a trip up from St. Augustine. As that ball cranked by Cavallero. That ball's going to drop into the left center gap, get all the way to the wall. Cavallero getting to second. He will stop there. Welcome to the game, Joseph Cavallero. A little pinch hit double for him, and he leads off the inning with Bearcat in scoring position.
And that's his first hit of the season as well. So, first career hit.
First career hit, we are told by the players here in the dugout. Congratulations to him. First of what we hope many to come.
Certainly a way to start your career.
In the Lander Bearcat uniform. Ryan Hansen. Hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. His last at bat is 1 for 2 officially on the day. Had a single that dropped into no man's land between first, second, and the right fielder. Lead off the game and came home on a couple of wild pitches. 1-1 to count to him. Cavallero stands at second base in scoring position. Hansen looks for his first RBI of the game. That pitch inside gets him. Second hit by pitch for the Bearcat right fielder today.
The ball just seems to find their way to Lander Bearcats' shoulders, their heads, their anything. Never seen anything like it.
As Keener has 2 runners on, nobody out. 8-4 in favor of Lander. As McClellan has reached his last 3 times, has a single in the 3rd, a homer to lead off the 6th, and a walk in his 2nd at bat of the 6th inning as the Bearcats bat around. He bats with 2 runners on base. Cavallaro at 2nd, and Ryan Hansen at 1st after just getting hit by a pitch. As he skies that one to right field. Aponte going back. He will make the catch on the warning track. Cavallaro makes his way over to third base. McClellan's retired for the first time since his first at-bat in the 1st inning. F9 for the first, as we have another pinch hitter.
Number 19, Carter McCormick.
Carter McCormick will pinch hit for Pitt Smalley. Number 19 for the Bearcats. As Brody Keener gets warned for a foreign substance for the first time. McCormick making his first at-bat of the season. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to count. Carter McCormick, sophomore out of Boynton Beach, Florida. That pitch low. 1-1 to count. And a Bearcat pinch here, second one of the inning.
And Carter McCormick, 6'6", 225. Huge presence at the plate.
So an automatic ball as Keener got caught again for licking his fingers and not wiping it off. He got warned before the first pitch to McCormick. So 2-1 to count. Hansen takes off, and he's going to be caught stealing. I believe that's 2-4 on the putout.
First time of the season. He'd gone 5 times previous to that and had gotten every single one, but you can't be perfect all the time.
So 2 outs in the inning for the Bearcats. Cavallaro stands at third still after leading off the inning with a double. His first hit of his career. As McCormick takes a walk. And the first at-bat of the season for him.
That's big. 6'6", like I said, still managed to get the walk. Great eye.
Zach Cowart steps into the batter's box. 2 for 4 on the day. Grounded out to first in the first inning. Struck out looking in the 4th. And then doubled home a run in the 6th. And then singled and came home in the 7th. Slander leads 8-4. He takes strike 1. Brody Keener. past close to 7:20 here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Thank you for joining us here on your Friday evening. That ball is in the dirt. Good stop there from Collender. Been a good steady force behind the plate. 1-1 to count. This is Zach Cowart, the Bearcat second baseman. Just a couple bat wiggles. Takes a 1-1 pitch. That ball gets behind Collender. It's a wild pitch will allow McCormick to go up to second base. 2-1 to count. Now, two Bearcats in scoring position here with 2 outs. Trying to stretch this already 4-run lead for the blue and gold. Cowart takes strike 2. Deuces wild here for Cowart. 2 runners on. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch from Keener. Pop ball fouled over there toward Van Taylor Stadium. We'll reset and do it all over again. 2-2 to count here with 2 outs. Middle Georgia will have 4, 5, 6.
Hit by pitch.
As another hit by pitch for a Lander batter.
Left fielder, number 29.
So now the bases are loaded. As Lander can really do some damage here and put this game out of reach. Brody Winter can do what he did earlier today and pop one over the left field fence. As he deposited a 2-run home run as a rude awakening to Brandon Exley as he came into the game. He'll sky that one right center. That's going to drop. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. Cowart gets the third. A 10 spot for the Bearcats as they lead 10-4 here in the Peach Belt Conference opener.
And Brody Winter has just, he's been the man of the day for the Bearcats. That's going to be 4 RBIs on the day. He's 4 for 5, scored himself, and hit that first home run of his season. So, maybe this is the game that wakes him up.
So Bearcats now leading 10-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Still 2 runners on. As that ball grounded foul over toward Mike Fishton. Doesn't move to make the play. Here's some commotion over at Doug Spears Field as Young Harris has jumped out to a 3-0 lead on Lander in the second game for Lander in the Brees Sorrento Kickoff Classic. RBI double has made it 3-0 in favor of the former PVC school, the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Now a member of Conference Carolinas. They've been replaced by another purple school in the Peach Belt, the Middle Georgia Knights. Riley Hood takes ball 2, 2-1 to count.
That one dangerously close to Riley.
Bearcat designated hitter has grounded into 2 6-4-3 double plays and then flew out to left and flew out to right in his middle 2 at-bats. Well, waits the 2-1 pitch. He takes that inside, ball 3. It's 3-1 to count. Cowart stands at first base. Cowart stands at third base. Winter stands at first base. Lander tries to stretch on this lead even more here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-1 count. Swing and fouled off. Winter was off on the pitch there. He'll walk back to first base. And we'll reset, do it again. 3-2 payoff pitch coming. Runners will be off. Here's the payoff pitch from Brody Keener. The Knight left-hander looks over to first, delivers the payoff. Fouled off, hits the pitch clock. Right behind home plate. Didn't cost a good bit of money, so hopefully he can withstand that. So we'll reset, do it again. 3-2 to count. The Bearcat designated hitter, Riley Hood. Keener looks over to first, delivers the payoff pitch again. That ball's drilled out to left center field. That ball's going to get down. That ball is going to clear the bases. Here comes Brody Winter to make it 12-4 Lander. How about that for a first hit of the game for Mr. Hood? 2 RBI double, and it is 12-4 Lander.
He definitely got a hold of that one.
He's absolutely smoked that ball. It's good to see for Riley Hood after nothing doing in his first 4 at-bats. 2 RBI double. First 2 of the game for him. Makes it 12-4 Lander. The Bearcats' 14th hit of the game is Oliver Zone. Looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Bearcat center fielder has reached base 3 times today. 2 hits. Single in the 2nd inning and a double in the 7th inning. An RBI double, that brought home Zach Cowart.
Also stolen 2 bases today.
Yes. Zone stands in the left-handed batter's box. Lays the bat above his head a couple times. Keener delivers outside. Ball 2 to the Raleigh, North Carolina native. Set and ready to go again. 14 on the pitch clock. Keener comes set at the number. Delivers a 2-0 pitch. That ball is cranked. Right center field. High, deep, off the wall. Zone, rounding second. He will stop there. That ball has some air on it, but just quite didn't get the jet stream it needed. But Zone stands at second. Another RBI to his repertoire today. Another RBI double, in fact. And that makes it 13-4 in favor of Lander.
How that one didn't leave the park, I will never know.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in this press box. I think all of us thought that was gone off the bat. But it didn't. So Zone stands at second with a double. As Backman almost hit by a pitch for the 2nd time today. That's the only time he reached base in the 6th inning when he got hit by a pitch. As he came home on a Will McClellan bases loaded walk. Backman takes ball 2. Brody Keener struggling to get this final out. Another 5 spot for Lander here in the 8th inning.
Lander been dominant tonight, both pitching and batting.
That ball fouled off the ankle of Backman. Hops around. Tries to work it out a little bit. Looks like he'll be okay. Might feel that one once the adrenaline wears off after the game's over. They'll step back in the batter's box, 2-1 to count. To the Bearcat shortstop. His 2nd year in the starting lineup. Keener comes set at the number. Delivers a 2-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. 2-2 to count. Keener trying to get out of this inning. Without allowing another run. He likes what the call he sees. Nods his head. Comes set at the number. 2-2 pitch to Backman. That ball grounded foul over toward Fitchen. Once again, doesn't move a muscle. He's former Bearcat first baseman, catcher, designated hitter. He's had enough balls come his way in his career. He's not fazed by it at all. So we'll reset and come again 2-2. Backman wastes a 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. This one dies in the dirt right underneath the leg of Collender.
Stayed alive waiting for his pitch.
Fouled off. 3 of the last 4 pitches. So Backman waiting again, 14 on the pitch clock. Keener looks back to second, 2-2 pitch. Low and in the dirt, 3-2. So Backman looking for his first hit of the game. Will take a walk. It will also be his first game, but the 2nd time he reached base. Payoff pitch. Zone will be off with the pitch. Is that ball inside? Ball 4. Backman with a little bat flip as he trots down to first base. It's Cavallero, who led off the inning pinch hitting, will walk back up again.
Third baseman, number 30, Joe Cavallero.
led off the inning with a double. Came home to score on a 2 RBI single from Brody Winter. As Lander leads 13-4. His second pitch hit of the game. That pitch outside. 1-0 to count. It's Cavallero, Mooresville, North Carolina native, out of Lake Norman High School. 5'10 sophomore. As he swings and misses. That strike one. Fooled by the off speed there for Mr. Keener. So Keener gets the call that he likes. Comes set at the number 7 on the pitch clock. Looks back to second. 1-1 pitch. That ball skips away. Rolls all the way to the Middle Georgia dugout. Both runners move up 90 feet. Good goes. Zone goes to third. Backman goes to second.
And Brody's been a bit wild here throughout his relief appearances.
That ball cranked again by Cavallero. That's going to get down in front of Coney, and that will be the ball game. 10-run rule, I believe, in effect, as the Bearcats will take their PBC opener 14-4 over the Middle Georgia Knights.
And before we go, shout out, that was Cavallero's first RBI of his career.
What a way to do it in walk-off fashion. Jake Larson earns his second win of the year. 6 1/3 innings of work. 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 6 strikeouts. Ethan Gill, the starter for Middle Georgia, will be handed the loss in today's contest. He finished 5 innings of work, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts. Final line for Lander, 14 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. Final line for the Knights, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Time of the game, 2 hours, 30 minutes. 5 hours, oh boy.
5 hours, it didn't even go 9, y'all.
I was about to say, you might have 5 hours total of baseball tomorrow as Lander continues the series with Middle Georgia.
Might have more.
Double header starting at 1 p.m. Game 2 will follow about 30 minutes after that one. Thank you for joining us here on your Friday night. Hope you enjoyed Lander baseball once again. Lander 14-4 winners in the PBC opener over Middle Georgia. Thanks for listening, everyone. So long, everyone.